Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. And yeah, today is the 30th of October. Definitely been a week of energy coming in. For me, there's no doubt about it. And definitely all kinds of um, physical things, like upset tummies, ringing in the ears. The Schumann's resonance has been off the charts. What we knew was we were expecting happening today. So I thought, yeah, there's all this. I wasn't gonna do it necessarily a eye atlas video. um, but then I've just been kind of just picking up on like it's all over the place. So I'm like, let's do a video and let's tune into what it is and what's coming. Um, I'm gonna read because for me this resonates the most. I've been looking at the Hopi prophecies like for a while. Um, just it always made sense in terms of the turning of the ages and where we were headed, and so this was long before this comet came into place, or um, that I started looking into this stuff. So this is back even further than my actual 2017 awakening of like what was really going on in the world. So I'm gonna read this to you. I'm also gonna link the where I took this information from, just because it's on YouTube and it was a really good video, sort of explaining. I feel like when I say video, that just sounds so old school. Sorry about that. um, it explains the whole. We're gonna get into this the Blue Star Kuchina prophecy. I'm of course, because I want to keep this video short. I'm going to kind of abridge the important parts, just because it's a very long prophecy, and it is explained better on this video. So I will link it below. So take a look for that. And it's about 30 minutes too. So it just kind of explains the whole thing and its connection to 3i Atlas. So, okay. So the Hopi Indians of North America, well, I guess they're predominantly in America itself. Okay, so they have a prophecy. So I'll just start. I'm just going to read the notes I took, and then you take from it what you want. And then if you want to go further, because I kind of cut it off at a certain point just for the purpose of then we're going to read cards and see what the cards say. Sorry, I'm having this. I thought I was plugged in properly. I'm not plugged in properly. Anyway, so basically, where I stop, then go watch the rest of that video, because it kind of is an instructional guide as like what is happening and where are we going from here. So, okay, the Hopis prophesized that each ending of a cycle. So there's been 3 previous cycles. We'll get more into that in a minute. Where at the end of a cycle, there's an ending, and then there's a new beginning, right? So it's cyclical. So we are at the 4th turning. So the 3rd one is ending. Yeah, the 4th one is ending, and we're heading into the 5th, which kind of sounds funny, interesting, like that connection between 3rd dimension and 5th dimension. If that's what we're talking, is that we're ascending up every cycle. So each ending of a cycle is not a destruction, it is a correction. So in the prophecy, we'll get more into that as well, is that it specifically says that like it is end times for more, not so much Earth, because she'll always be carrying on and just replenishing herself. And just so from here, this point on to, I'm going to refer to Earth as a her. So just because when I say she, then you'll know I'm talking about Mother Earth. So basically, it's more about the humanity, right? That we've forgotten what we were supposed to be doing here, and we've just gone into this place. So the turning has to happen so that we course correct, right? So this ending is coming, and it's not an apocalyptic ending. It's a chance for humanity to make a choice to course correct and rectify this and put it back on track. Okay, so the Blue Star Kuchina appears as a dancer of the heavens at the turning of the age. It appears at the moment of the before the great purification. There's always a purification, a cleansing before we start anew. When the earth rebalances herself and humanity is reminded of what it has forgotten. Great change begins. The previous three turnings of the ages, fire, ice, were fire, ended in fire, then ice, then flood. Those were the previous ends, and then the rebirths, which is an interesting that flood was last because that would feed into those myths of the great flood, including the one that, wiped out things like Tartaria and stuff like that. Okay, so when greed outweighs gratitude, when the sky is scarred with metal birds and rivers no longer sing, the blue star returns to remind us. This is not a destroyer, this blue star. It is a mirror to reveal to us the path to renewal. It is our reminder to connect again with Earth and its resonance. This is why the Schumann has been going off for like the last few years, because it's trying to tune us back up so that we're back in tune. This is why I've been harping and harping and harping, not harp the weather thing, harp to like go on about, nag about, is getting out in nature and reconnecting to Mother Earth. So they call that, when we're like in that resonance and vibration and walking, they refer to it as walking, to walk in beauty, the beauty way, and harmony with the earth. Those are the souls that have mastered this and will continue. It's not, again, not to say that like lower souls will perish. Some may not be able to. We'll get into the vibration thing in a second here. May be able to, but mostly, unfortunately, they're just going to stay in that lower frequency. So they're like I said, we've always talked about the bifurcation, and there is like this sort of like two earths going on at the same time, where those in the lower frequency just will experience more of the same, and it will just continue. Whereas the rest of us that have done our work and are trying our best to get back in right relation with nature and everything, and the earth, we experience the turning of the age and then go into the new. Of course, this isn't going to happen tomorrow, right? It's just, we're just starting to tune up to it now. So the choice of how we go through this is ours. The Hopi believe that this begins in the human heart. The purification is meant to cleanse the world of greed, division, and fear. So those are predominant energies on the planet right now, right? Each person mirrors the planet. So our inner storms of greed, division, fear being the biggest one, reflect the outside ones or mirror the outside ones. So everything that's going on energetically in terms of nature, so volcanoes, floods, everything, right now, earthquakes, they're just going to continue, because right now we're in this, like, we're in the purification period, but we're sort of contributing to it. So it feeds the outer storms. So our disconnection shapes her imbalance. So we're not helping her by living in fear, right? This is where we talked about getting into a heart-centered consciousness, so that we are in coherence with the rhythm of the earth, which is the Schumann resonance, the 7.4 or 7.48. It's not 7.48. Is it? Yeah. Anyway, we're supposed to be in resonance with her. So how we go through this time is if we stay in fear in the lower energy, it's going to be a lot harder. We might make it through. But the best way to be is to be in coherence with her as we go through this. Okay, there's still so much. This is just my small notes. So you like if you go back and read the prophecy, it's a whole other subject, right? In this time, truth will walk through fire unburned. Illusions will collapse. Systems built in deception will fall. Governments, markets, religion that have forgotten the sacredness of life will crumble. Not as a punishment, but because they can no longer hold the vibration of truth. That's directly from the video I'm going to link below. So definitely go watch that. It was a very good explanation without causing more fear. It's interesting though in the prophecy, and I'm just going to mention this only because it kind of then gives some validity to the prophecy. Not that we need that. It's like it's happening out there in front of our eyes and to us, right? Like we feel it, we know. The prophecy goes on to say that America will burn first as the example, not in punishment again, but as an example of how we have so greatly forgotten. The fifth world that we're heading into, that we've all been talking about, so whether you want to say that's the fifth dimension, or I think it's this prophecy, the fifth world rises from within. So again, I'll link that video. It goes on to say a bunch more about not what we can do, but like, you know, how we should be looking at this and what the prophecy is much longer than that. So I do encourage you to go take a look at that. Yeah. So that's where I'm coming at with this 3-eye atlas. And so it's funny that it's named 3-eye. So I think third eye. It's third eye. What is third eye's color? It's kind of indigo blue. So, yeah, the eye in the sky is projecting. That's what I firmly maintain. It's not a mothership. It's not full of beings or anything like that. I think it's just a consciousness or, and it's funny because you say consciousness and people are like, well, then it has to have like, but I mean, really, if we start talking about, let's start talking about crystals, right? They're living entities. They have, you know, vibration. They carry all things. There is a consciousness to this. It came from nature. It continues to be nature. It's not just like once you've harvested it and shaped it that it's like null and void. It doesn't do anything, right? The same can be said for if it is just a comet. Yeah, it's a comet, but what are comets made out of? I know what they're made out of. I'm not trying to like play a guessing game here. But they're, you know, they'd be similar in structure. They're rock, they're ice, yeah, it's not beyond the realm of possibility that they are a consciousness, that it has consciousness, that it has intelligence, that it's an energy. It's mostly energy, right? Everything is frequency, everything is energy, and it's just trying to share that. So we're going to read some cards where we specifically ask what it is and what we can do. I would say like the general rule for today though is like spend time in nature if you can, and finding ways to connect with it, right? Whether that's a meditation, and so doing your own work. So besides this reading, that you go sit down for 5 minutes in meditation and ask the question and use your intuition. Like, what is this? What is this consciousness? What is it bringing to us? What do I need to learn from this? How can I facilitate calming my inner storm so that the outer storm is calm as we go through this process? So I think that's the best thing we can do for ourselves right now. All right, we're going to start off with something nature-based. So we're going to use the Nature's Rhythm Oracle. Whoa, okay, I have to take that card. I just don't have a choice on that. Anyway, we're using this because it's connected to nature, right? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so we got 11, which is boundaries. Let me let's see. I create healthy boundaries with those around me because I love and respect myself. Interesting that we're getting boundary stuff. I mean, you gotta understand as we go through this, there's gonna be two sets of people, right? Like not to divide and conquer again, but there's gonna be the souls and spirit or whatever you want to call our inner higher self that are going to be in cognitive dissonance about everything that's going on and churning up. Like they just don't want to hear it, they don't want to see it, they can't handle that the shift in vibration. And then there's going to be us that are like, okay, I can do this and I'm going to do this. So if you're surrounded by a bunch of people that are in a cognitive dissonance, I'm not saying cut them out of your life, but just maybe you want to take a little hiatus from everybody. Actually, and I forgot this lady's name. She's a very well known channeler. I know it's Patricia is her first name. Anyway, she basically came onto her channel last night or a couple days ago and said that she, with all this energy coming in and Three Eye Atlas, that she just needed to she's taking like right off the rest of the year to just be like in a state of where she can meditate and just focus and concentrate on the energies and coming in. Which I mean, I would love to be able to do that too, but I still live in 3D. If I could just like shut it all down, and then I would, and not have to pay bills. But anyway, but she's taking it like very to heart, and she's, for herself, she needs to just go be in silence a few or more times a day and take the time off and not be. So this is interesting too, because we can talk about not just personal boundaries with people, but energetic boundaries. What are you willing to like go through this next? Because the other thing is too, Three Eye Atlas isn't close to Earth until December 19th. Today it's just lined up with the sun, but there could be some, we could feel the effects, but it's also lined up with Earth today too. So what are you going to do to set up your boundaries so you have time to process everything that's coming in? When you respect yourself, you will not tolerate relationships that are disempowering. Take inventory of the closest people in your life and assess whether you need to create healthy boundaries. When you express what you will no longer tolerate, be ready for the challenge. Stand up for yourself and stay in your power. Boldly draw a line that communicates self-respect. It's interesting that we got that. I mean, it's not surprising to me, but I just think because of the energy coming in with this comment, we are just going to see like a very big divide in you know in people. And so, and it's not a judgmental thing, and it's not something we just, the important factor in all this is that we're taking care of ourselves energetically, and we're not letting other people deplete us, because we're here on a very specific mission as this all transforms. So if you're not at your best because lower frequencies are dragging you down, and again, it's not to say, like, I know, like, we still live in the world and we have families and children and responsibilities and jobs and things like that. So it's not like we can just be like, I'm just going to go crawl in a cave for like 2 months. I mean, we would all love to. And some of you might have the opportunity to do that. So it's just, again, a lot of this, as we go through this, it's coming up with a lot of choice points. So what I get from that just mostly is they're just saying, be aware of your energy at all times. Yeah, and if you're in a situation where you're not being tolerated or you're being bombarded with energy that is not resonating with you, do your best to find a way to just, like I said, we're not cutting it off permanently. You don't have to get in a big fight with somebody. You just need to say, like this Patricia lady did, I'm taking a break from everybody. So you can just say that to somebody. It's just like, you know what, I'm taking myself off social media. I'm spending this next month doing silent retreats like for myself. Like, I'm just, I love you with love, but I need time to myself. it's as simple as that. And or you just do what I do, and you just dip out and ignore everybody, and you don't call people back. Sorry. Sometimes it's just easier to just like avoid the subject, you know. Unless someone's really like, "Hey, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just needing some space and some silence right now." That's all you have to say. All right. So in terms of cards, I picked like four different decks that were coming to me. So I picked the Ancestral Realms. Oh, that's not what it's called. I think it's just the Ancient Stones. That was weird. By Rebecca Campbell, and the Starseed Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. And then the one that was really in my head was the Angels and Ancestors. I'll show you from Kyle Gray, and also the Portals from Kyle Gray. So I have two Rebecca Campbell decks and two Kyle Gray decks. They just seem to be calling to me and suited this. So I'm going to read three cards from each. We're just going to basically tune into the overall energy of Three Eye Atlas and just see, again, like why are you here? What are we supposed to be learning, and what do you want me to, like, how can I best assist in this process for myself and my higher self and my greatest good? Just see if we can get in tune. Yeah, okay, it kind of just goes back to the first card already. The first one we got is "The road is clear." So it says, "You know what to do, walk it your way." Again, we can, like, you shouldn't even be listening to me. Like, I'm not here giving advice. I'm just putting out like potentials, and if they resonate with you, then you can use them for sure. But the person that has to decide how they go through this as a soul is you. And so we can't be listening to any outside influences except to take some advice, right? Like, it's like, okay, I could do it that way. Um, Walk it your way means really, like, this next 2 months is, it's super important that we're listening to ourselves, that we're tuning into ourselves, and we're doing things like, there's an ancient remembering, right? This is what this is an awakening, right? This isn't just a an apocalyptic turn of the ages. This is an awakening where we remember what we're doing here. That's the biggest thing. Like, if you look at that, like what I read, is that this is like to remind humanity that we're all kind of, we need to be course corrected because we veered off the path, and we have all these skills and goals for where we take Earth and humanity, and we have to start really honing in because we know what to do already. This is already built into us. So it's taking those moments of time to connect with this energy and start to use your intuition and your, like, just pulling in this information and starting to live that. And also, it's that thing about walking the beauty way. Get out in nature, connect with Earth. I heard someone, I think it was, I can't even remember who I was watching the other day, but they said it's like critical right now that we're reconnecting with our Mother Earth and saying, I remember you. Like, I want to help us all through this. Like, and it's just a matter of connecting with her and remembering that you're part of this. So it's not this great big meditation you have to do. It's just like on a daily basis, like connecting in with Earth. Hug a tree. Go watch the birds. Something, right? Remembering. It's all about this remembering. It's the Great Awakening can also be described as the Great Remembering, right? Okay, so we also got Life Path, Stone of Destiny, Life Path, Ambition, Passion. Yes, this is the thing. This is what we came to do. We came to do this. It's time, right? That came up in the other reading for the energy for the week. It's time. There's no, it's now time. It's now. It's now. It's not never. It's happening no matter what. You can't stop it. So, like, remember who you are and come and do the job you came to do. Like, that's the whole point of all of this. I like this card. Live the question. Curiosity. Open your mind. Live into it. Look at the really cool, like, fractal kind of. This is what it's asking us to do every day, is live this. We're not just like studying it or minding it or slightly paying attention to it. It's if you can't go into a dark cave for the next 2 months to really do the deep work, not all of us are going to be able to do that. But we have to start living our life as we want to see it, right? So that means spending time every day connecting and being connected, and then walking that talk out in the world. We didn't come, this isn't a light task, but it's an easy one to do as soon as we wake up and remember what we're doing. All right, I know I'm gonna sound preachy in this video, but it's just the way it is. All right, let's look at 3 cards from the Starseed Oracle. So most of us, we come from different planets. We're going to do things differently, which is what this card just came in. Okay. So the first one up is really interesting. It's the "You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness. Face your true north." This again is just what we just said. It's like, we came here for a reason. We have a job to do. We have a purpose for being here. Yeah. People call us, I've been called weird since I was probably like 5 years old or more. Like, we just don't do things the same way, right? We see things in a different way. And that's our superpower heading into this. Like, and again, we were equipped with all this stuff. It's been suppressed over the years, but now it's time to let that freak flag fly. Like, that's enough. Like, it's enough. Stop worrying about what everybody thinks about you. It doesn't matter anymore. It matters that you come out and be your true weird self, whatever that is, and that you start doing this work. And it's like, if I said tomorrow that I was taking 2 months off and I was quitting my job and just gonna meditate in my house, you know what people would be like, freaking out and thinking. But the problem is that we have to stop worrying about what everybody else thinks, and we have to start living our purpose and why we are here. There, like I said, there's no other time than now. This is what this is coming into too, because the other thing that's going to start happening with this energy coming in is you're going to discover more things about your intuition and your abilities and things like that. So you've got to really and again, this is something that's happening and it's not going to stop. So if you just keep suppressing it, it's going to keep knocking at your door, because you signed up for this. So embrace it and enjoy it, and find ways to be practicing that other side of yourself every day. Okay, I'm going to read that one last. Okay, so, okay, sorry, I've got okay, so, I didn't realize I just got 4 cards, whoops, okay, I don't really need to read this one, because I'm just gonna, I remember, again, we're not in the Great Awakening, because anybody who's watching this is pretty much awake already, I'm sure. Or if you're just stumbling onto this, you just woke up and you're like, holy, what's happening? I remember, this is the great remembering that we're in right now, as the earth goes through the great purification. Soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. So again, I just said this. This is happening. So do everything in your power to start turning on those pieces of our memory that remember why we're here and what we're doing. Um, this pertains exactly like back to the question of 2-3 eye atlas, like what are you doing here and what is your purpose? Deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. Okay, so that's part of the other thing about this fluctuation of energy that's coming in, right? It's raising our vibration. So again, whether you're helping that out by keeping a clean vessel, connecting with nature and all of that, like I said, it's going to happen one way or the other. So if you're like eating Big Macs every day, and like it's still going to be happening. So you're going to be playing this little game, and you're probably going to feel off balance and not so good. So if you're keeping yourself in a good space and allowing these integrations to happen, we're just like, and again, we're not going to like shoot up in energy all like at once, right? It's just like it's a slow rising. Except I want to say that it's been a slow rising over since 2020 or way before that. So now, but now things like the universe is putting the pedal to the metal. So like within the next 5 years, this is just going to go woo. So it is going to happen a little faster and a little bit more intensely. So take care of yourself, but do know that part of the energy coming in is helping us do deep cellular healing, uh, physical and emotional healing. Oh, okay. And then this card is to just be that like beacon of hope and say, hey, take a breath. It's okay. All paths lead home. Home is New Earth. That's where we're headed. Um, Again, like I said, you could take it this way, you could take it this way. We're all gonna, in the end, come to the same place. Again, you might consider it the hard way or the easy way. Like, it's all perspective. Just do your best to treat yourself well through this because, first of all, this is freaking exciting. Like, we've been waiting for this. Okay, all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. I'm just going to leave that there because that's what we just talked about, is that I feel like I'm just going to keep repeating myself, but we'll see what the other cards say. Yeah, so it's just like, it's happening no matter what. It's just a lot of what we're getting from like this positioning of 3-eye atlas at this time is to turn within and to really start flourishing in your intuition, in your abilities, and your connection. And that inner authority piece is like, this is who I am, and this is why I came, and here's what I'm doing. You don't have to get up and announce that to everybody in the world. It's just, you just need to know that. You need to be secure in that, because that apparently is what this comet is for. All right, we're going to, do I want to do this? Yeah, we'll do this first. Angels and Ancestors. I don't know why this deck came up, but it was just super important. Yeah, okay, interesting. Okay. Okay. Okay, so there is a lot coming up. And again, remember, the question I asked for all the cards is about 3-eye atlas. So there's a lot of, it looks like, what was that card? Where did it go? The cellular healing, right? The Arcturians and the cellular healing, physical and emotional healing. We also got the medicine guardian. So be open to healing information. There is a lot of healing information coming with this, which is good because I think we need that a lot right now, just because of like, you know, where we're coming from this place of like destruction and turmoil and outside world. And we've done a lot of things not beyond our control sometimes to our body, like, you know, we haven't had good water to drink for a while, and you know, our food and that kind of thing. So that what I'm hearing is that there's a lot of healing information coming. So be open to that and allow your body to heal too, right? So if these codes are coming in and they're healing your body, is like, help it out. Um, you know, and I'm not saying you have to go on this great big diet or change all your food. It's just like, but just try to eat things that are like, you know, like that are healthier for you or cleaner, and like help facilitate this process. There's big healing coming, which is great because we need that so bad. Um, we also got the stag. It's funny because I thought we would get lots of the angels or the ancestor cards, and we got all the sort of animal and healing cards. Trust and thrive. So it's like, yeah, again, we're having a struggle with this whole process right now because it's hard to trust what's going on and what's real and what's not, and is anything happening. Um, but trust that this process is well in place. And thrive. It's funny because, like, what is my my saying for 2025 is thrive in 25, just because it rhymed and it sounded good. But and to thrive is the true meaning of prosperity. So moving forward, let's be really prosperous. We can thrive in this environment. It's tricky right now, but just trust that the plan is in place and everything's happening as it should, and we'll get there. But again, really getting the information to be like really healthy and kind, and when I say healthy too, it's like not just about the food and the water we're putting into our body. It's everything else, right? Like in my household this morning, there was a TV show that I wasn't watching, but just like the energy and the vibration of it, and the music, and it was not a good subject matter, and I just like it. Just instantly, I was like, it was hurting me. I was like, this is not good. Like I can feel this, and I can't. So like take the dog for a walk, get out of the house, whatever you need to do to like not be around that stuff and not be ingesting it. So it's really important right now. And that's, again, it's teaching us to use our intuition. So if you're somewhere and there's music on and it's just like not resonating with you, if you can leave, do so. If not, just be really careful what you're ingesting, because it really matters right now. We also got spring, which is see your seeds grow. So it's, which is funny because in our hemisphere we're heading into winter right now, so we're not going to see a lot of growth, but this is our energetic seeds, right? I think we're about to see all the work we've been doing really flourish and grow. So that's awesome. Can't go wrong with that. All right, 3 more cards, and I think we're going to leave it there because I feel like we got a good message of what's going on here. And like I said, I will link that video below. It's go watch it, just because it goes much further than the stuff I read to you, and it gets into like the better definition of what things are going, right? Okay, yeah. Honestly, you can't make this shit up. Okay. The last 3 cards. What is 3-Eye Atlas doing for us? Akashic Records. Clearing the old stories, releasing the past lives, freedom, right? We have to be detached from all of that, including detached from everything in this life, so that we're moving forward into this 5th dimensional freedom. That's the overall goal. Nice. So that's a nice thing too, is like we've spent lifetimes coming in and clearing old records, and like if you want, we can get into the whole thing about the wheel of karma and blah blah blah. We've been doing that for so long that, so part of what this third eye atlas, now I'm just going to call it that, is helping to come do the final cleanup, right? So like we're moving out of an old house, we've gotten rid of all our old baggage and stuff, and we're almost done, but there's still like dust in the corners, and this is coming in to do that final sweep and clean and release so that we can truly move forward, because the next two cards are exactly what we're headed towards. Number 1, Earth Star activation, anchoring, grounded action, Isis energy. We won't go deep into that, but like, so yeah, it's basically like, and that's really interesting because the new moon, or the new moon, I keep calling it the new moon, and it's a full moon. The full moon coming up on the 5th, which is a super moon, is in Taurus. It's all about everything on the ground happening now. So we're activating that. We're activating Earth, and she is rising and changing. What's happening to us? Bang. The higher heart activation. Dropping our shields, divine love. Your heart is healed. Because this is where we need to be working from every day. I don't think we truly understand it. I do believe the energy that's going to come in today is going to be raising the frequency of every soul's heart. Whether they take that with them and start doing more stuff with it, who knows? Like, that's up to them. That's up to you. But the overall goal of this is that we're living a more heart-centered life in coherence with Mother Earth and the resonance, and that we're raising our vibration and our frequency. Yeah. So I kind of made that stuff up, but that's exactly what that comet, I'm just gonna, is here to do. All right, we're just gonna do, well, we'll see. We might end up with 3. We're gonna do 3 of the golden futures. Again, we're heading into the golden age. The golden future is nigh. What can we expect? How is this heart chakra opening, healing us? Oh man. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So it's basically just, I'm going to read all of these because it's here to completely heal humanity and Earth. Where to start? Let's start with this one. Health and healing. Tune into your divine blueprint. So that will be coming up as an energy for you to discover. But again, it's in the same thing. It's here for our personal health and healing. World peace and cooperation. Choose harmlessness and teamwork. This is awesome. I freaking love this. The economy. Trust your needs will be met. Again, I know, like, we need all the systems, right? All the systems have to crumble. That's because they're based in a frequency that can't live in truth. So these 3 cards are definitely saying to us, don't worry. All of this stuff is like crumbling, and just let it go. And everything's being replaced with something new, a new system. There's nothing to fear, and it will be a benevolent system that benefits all of us. The last one we got is the animals, which is good because I always get that question, like, what's going to happen to them? And like, and rightfully so, like, you know, like, I also think too, like, the template has been on Earth that, you know, it's like they're attacking one another, and like everybody's got to eat and that kind of thing. But I feel like there's a whole new way that we're going to be in connection with animals and nature. So we'll just see what that one brings, right? But it hopefully we treat them, you know, we all start treating them like the rest, you know, they belong on this planet too. And so they will all be healed and walking, not just and living their best lives too, but amongst us. Not just our cats and dogs and our domesticated pets, but all of them. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video on 3i Atlas, and that you have a really good day, and we take good advantage of this energy coming in terms of really propelling ourselves onward and upward and into a higher vibration and frequency. So, and freedom. Take care of yourself, most importantly, and do everything you need to do to make it the best for you in this process. So take deep breaths, go out in nature, and operate from your heart center at every turn if you can. Okay, take care. I love you. We'll see you who knows when. Next video, probably energy read on Monday.